Hi everybody, it's Jenny, and today I'm sharing another project for the Not Too Shabby shop, and I'm excited to be sharing my first Halloween cards of the year using the Food at the Park stamp set from Doodlebug. You can find the link for this stamp set in the description box below, which will take you to nottoshabbyshop.com, and don't forget to use the coupon code N2S10 for 10% off your order. So to get started on my cards today, I'm going to go ahead and stamp out my images onto some Neenah cardstock using some Gina K Amalgam ink. So because I'm making Halloween cards, I wanted to spookify my images. And to do that, I'm going to use some purples, greens, and oranges to color in my images with Copic markers. After I finished all my coloring, I brought in some gel pens to add some sprinkles, sparkles, and icing details to each of my images. Next, I fussy cut out all of my images. I also brought in a Halloween paper pad from my stash, and I'm going to use that along with the August card sketch from Not Too Shabby to create my cards. I'm just going to start by mixing and matching each of the pattern papers along with my images, and I'm going to bring in 2 different scallop circle dies, and I end up just going with the one. And once I have my pattern papers picked for each card, I'm going to go ahead and follow the sketch to trim them out. So for my next card here, I was really sticking to the candy corn theme, and at first I chose this orange paper and I was going to do a landscape card, but you'll see this card kind of changes as I go. For my last card here, I chose some more purple and greens to match the rest of my images. Here I swapped out that purple scallop circle so that it matched the other two cards. And then I started to play around with the layout a little more and strayed a little bit from the sketch by adding an additional strip to the one card using some black cardstock. Then I also started changing up the candy corn card. I started by trimming down the strips a little bit, and then I really wasn't liking that. And I wanted to showcase the candy corn, but then I felt like it was too much, so I just changed it up completely. So here are the layouts that I'm going with, and I went ahead and added in some sentiments from my stash. I trimmed that out from some cardstock and then layered that onto some fun foam that I also trimmed out using the die, and I just glued those together so they popped up just a little bit. And from the stamp set, I also heat embossed the words sweet and happy to add to the die cut sentiments on the two cards. So now I have spooky sweet, happy Halloween, and trick or treat. So now I'm just going to go ahead and finish gluing everything together. And for one final step, I added some different size black sequins to each of the card fronts. And here are my finished cards. I love how they turned out. I love the colors, I love Halloween, and I think this was the first time I ever followed a card sketch, so these came together pretty quick and I really liked that. It was also really fun to take a stamp set that wasn't necessarily a Halloween set and create these spooky sweet Halloween cards. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!